Hey everybody, my name is Sharon Quinn and I'm also known as the original runway diva, and you are watching Model Behavior. Class is officially in session. Today my guest lecturer is former plus-size model and actress Suzette Banzo. Welcome, Suzette, to Model Behavior. Hey, y'all, she told me to say it like that, okay?
That's the correct pronunciation of my name. Everybody kept calling me Banzo growing up, and it's like, you're murdering my name.
So are you're Cuban?
I'm half Cuban, half Puerto Rican.
Okay, now you started out as a plus-size model.
Hey, I'm still a plus-size model.
Okay,
Last
my
time
bad,
I checked.
my bad, I'm sorry. But you're transitioning into the acting piece, right?
I am transitioning into whatever God puts my way. So, like last week, I was on a call for a modeling call. I can still do some kinds of fit model jobs, like whatever I'm needed.
But what is it that you really want to do?
Now,
is the acting thing really?
The acting thing from the beginning. It's been all about, I want to, express my personality. I want to, show who I am that way. I'm really not into the whole, like posy. I'm about
girl,
talking.
I thought it was just me.
No.
But you've had even though I guess you would consider the big print ad campaign that you did.
The Belvique one?
Yeah, that's commercial print.
Yeah, that's
right?
commercial print, and that was, like God, what a blessing.
That's major. That ad ran everywhere.
Yes, and I'll tell you a secret.
Okay.
I felt like kind of funny about it when it first came out.
Why?
Because when you're in the curvy world, everything is like positive about feeling good about yourself as is, and I felt a little funny with the idea that it was promoting a weight management drug. But then I realized, well, it's not a weight loss drug, and it's not like a before and after. It's weight management.
So this, okay, let me just be clear. So it's not a diabetes type thing.
No.
It's to help you manage your weight.
So that you eat with smaller portions and things like that. So that's, I guess, once I started reading up on it, I started to feel a little bit more okay with it. Because I said, well, there's people that need that help to have smaller portions. So, if somebody sees that ad and sees me and it makes them want to make a positive change in their life, then okay, I started to get more okay with it.
Is Belvique is that like an appetite suppressant almost? Or
I guess.
I'm
not the official spokesperson
okay,
for
so
them.
we don't really know what it is. We just know
I do, but I'm not, I got paid to print.
Okay, all right. I will leave it at that. But let me just say that every full-figure chick is, they're not all happy. We're not all happy.
That's very
true. And some of us, we may all love ourselves.
Yes.
But you want to change, and it's okay to, to want to do that. I mean, I'm trying to get this weight off too because I'm getting older, and it's just not healthy. I mean, I look good. I look good at any size.
Well, definitely.
And I think as long as my attitude is that way.
Well, that's the thing, just to be positive no matter what size you are and feel good in your own skin. And yeah, maybe it's something that can help you feel a little bit better. Or it could help, in other ways, in other health ways, like you were saying before, like maybe, bringing your weight down so that it can avoid things like diabetes.
And quite frankly, I've learned that if you can bring the weight down, then everything else kind of checks itself. So if the goal is to be healthy, hey, do what you need to do to be healthy. That, you can be fabulous later.
And you can
right now you want to live. Yes. Now tell me how you transitioned from the modeling into the acting.
Okay.
Did you just wake up one day and decided you want to be an actress, or have you always been an actress?
No, actually, I wanted to be more like, a TV personality, that woman on the street that stops you and says, what did you think of this? That was more my thing, or maybe like a red carpet person. But the acting actually came just by looking up casting things. Like I said, I know that I'm not going to be that model that's going to get signed by the major agencies. I'm not that tall. And I just thought, what can I do with this? And when you look at castings for roles that are looking for like a mom, Latino mom, I was like, hey, I look like a Latino mom, So I said, let me go in and try for this.
Okay.
And then, so the first thing that I ever tried for, the first audition I ever had, was I played a mom that was worried about her daughter coming home, and then she argues with her daughter. Okay. I can relate to that. Okay. I can pretend to be my mom when I was, 20 years old. And I went there and I started crying when I was having the argument with my daughter. And then he goes, cut, let's do the scene again. And I started crying. And then he
you
goes,
weren't supposed to cry.
No, I was so into the character.
Oh.
I walked out of that audition like, I didn't know I could do that. And when I went home, I was just like laying down and I was like, God, this is what I want to do.
Look, I think I'm on to something
Yeah,
here.
that was it. I was like, this felt right. And I didn't get it, but the guy told me, keep doing what you're doing.
See, that's the kind of, when you get encouragement like that, and they don't say that
Right.
to anybody.
Usually not. Usually when you're in castings, and because you do castings all the time.
Thank you for coming.
You stay quiet. It's poker face time.
Yeah.
But, every once in a while that casting director gives you a good feedback and,
And this was your first?
And this is the first one. The reason why he couldn't take me was because I didn't look like I could be the girl's daughter. I mean, sorry, the other way around. I didn't
you
look
look
like
too
she
young.
could be her mother.
Okay.
No, it's just that I look very Caribbean. And and she had more like an indigenous look. And the guy that they were casting as the father had the same, he was also Cuban and Puerto Rican.
Okay.
So they were like, we need one of the parents to look more like the daughter.
So what happened after that?
I just kept going for, Latina mom.
Okay. So take me on the steps of your day as an aspiring actress.
Okay, log in to the 3 actors casting sites that I go into.
And those
well,
are?
acting model. So I use Actors Access.
Uh-huh.
I use Casting Networks and New York Castings.
You don't use Backstage?
No.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that.
Okay, if you want to.
'Cause I
Well,
do.
I heard from a lot of people that most of the things go through Actors Access and New York Castings, and then it starts to become repetitive. Like there's sometimes that I'll see the things on all 3 of them, so I kind of figure, if it's on these 3, it's got to be on Backstage too. Plus, I'm not Broadway.
Right, Backstage has more theatrical stuff in
Right,
it. That is very true.
and it's not that I wouldn't want to do it. It's just that I don't sing. I wish if I could, my God,
Lord,
I would
this
be
is a
like the
different
biggest
show. It's a
salsera in
different
the
show.
world.
So you get up, you log on.
Right, and I just start looking through them, and I don't only look for myself. Like I could filter it so that it could only be things that I would be suitable for. But I kind of look at everything just to see what's out there, and in case I see something that I know one of my friends would be good for. Because sometimes you never know. You could have one of those days where you're just not feeling up to it, and you might miss a casting.
There you go.
So you never know, and I would just want to know that, I'll call up like Latoya. Latoya, did you see the casting? They're looking for a 30-year-old, African-American girl that looks like a lawyer. This is perfect for you. So, make sure you apply, just in case.
Now, do you ever apply for things that maybe don't ask for a Latina mom?
Well, as a matter of fact, because of the Belvique ad and 2 jobs that I booked that same weekend, they were looking for Caucasian mom. Oh no, they were looking and they didn't have what it was. And when I showed up, they thought that I was Caucasian, and I was like, okay. Well, I'll be whatever you want me to be.
Okay.
Because Sharon, I'll go in for Caucasian now, and I have one agent that thinks that that's a joke, that I'm not serious, and I'm like, they think I'm Italian or Greek. Can you just submit me, please?
I can see where they would go with that.
Please put me in and let them say no, but just at least put me in the running.
Now let me stop you, but I'm gonna come back to you taking me through your day. You have an agent.
I have a few agents. I freelance.
Okay. So how does that process work? Do you find them or they
an
find
agent.
Yeah, I know that. Particularly in acting, you need an agent because agents get you in doors that you can't get in.
You can't get into
it's
at
the
all.
Same thing
I
with
could be there
modeling.
all day looking at Actors Access, and most of the things are student films or low budget things, and the agent gets you that NBC, that network one. So it's rough to get one, but.
So how did you wind up freelancing with them? Did you send your stuff to them, or did you just knock on their doors?
No, send the stuff.
You don't just show up, y'all.
No.
That is not good.
And you have
across the board.
Yeah, and you have to be discerning, with who you want to sign up with. and look them up and see who else is signed with them. And sometimes I'll like go to their page and see, well, who's with them, and I'll recognize some faces.
That's a really good point. I never thought of it like that. So you look and you do your own background check.
Yes.
So you don't get scammed.
Yes.
So give me an example of maybe an agent that you don't want to be signed with, someone you should avoid.
I have no
You
idea.
don't know because you haven't come across
exactly.
them yet. Okay.
Or I came across one a long time ago. And oh my God, so funny the story. It was a casting for a modeling thing, a modeling show, and something just didn't feel right. And it like what really made it not right was when I went inside and the woman asked me who had I modeled, had I ever modeled before? And I was like, yes, I modeled for Gwen DeVoe. She's like, who's that?
Bingo.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, you don't know who Gwen DeVoe is. And you're running a plus size casting, casting event.
That's a good tip you brought up, though. Listen to your gut. Because that's when you get into trouble when you don't
Yeah,
listen.
because if that's the world that you're getting into, not just you as the model, but you as the person that's doing the casting, you should know who the players are in your world.
Absolutely.
So for her to ask me who Gwen DeVoe was, I knew.
All right, so we're going back to your day. So now you done woke up, you had your little cup of coffee, you done got on and checked the sites, and you done found a couple of ads. Do you call your agent and ask your agent to submit you, or do you
No, because
submit
what
yourself?
happens is that I submit myself. Because what happens is the agents usually have that information. Whatever we see, the agents usually have it a day or two before. So they'll tell me, I already submitted you for that.
Okay.
And then so sometimes I'll submit myself too, because hey, you never know. Sometimes you never know that casting director that's doing that might not be interested in working with your agent.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to, try for yourself too. Or another thing that I've learned through classes and stuff like that is that sometimes casting directors say, oh, okay, I'm gonna just look at 5 people from Quinn agency. I'm gonna look at 5 people from this agency and like so on, and then I'm gonna look at 5 self-submits. So
wow, it's
you
like
wanna be,
that?
yeah. So you wanna make sure that, that you're gonna be on one of them. I mean, sometimes, and it's true because sometimes I'll get a call from 3 different agents that represent me for the same exact casting call.
Okay, now, models, we have our model bag, the things that we take with us whenever we go on a booking or even auditions. There's just stuff you have to bring with you. What's in the actor's kit? Headshot.
My headshot and my resume. And the resume doesn't have, it does have a little bit of modeling in it just so that they see that I have more things. But it's mostly just broken down into, TV, stage, and any of the student films that I've done.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask, because it's common sense, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Would you advise fudging your resume?
I don't know. I didn't have to.
But I don't think, this stuff can be checked. So
right.
you kind of don't want to say that you work with somebody you didn't work with because you never know who's going to pick it up. Oh, you work with such and such? That's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Let me call and see what they say about you.
I just rather, my whole thing is running on authenticity. Okay, maybe not with the hair extensions, but you know what I mean.
Now, see, I wouldn't have known that if you didn't tell me.
Oh,
okay?
come on, we all know that. It is what it is. But yeah, it's the authenticity. So it's been a matter of building the resume little by little, and you just do with real things. And one of the things that they tell you in class is you don't put background work, you don't put extra work on your resume. So it has been a thing about I really do need to go for parts where even, it's a student film, but I have a speaking role.
Yeah.
Even if it's supporting. Like obviously I'm, trying to go for the lead or I'm trying to go for the supporting, but, or an under 5. Under 5 means that you only have like maybe 5 lines. You see a lot of actors like that on shows like Law & Order and things like that.
Well, now why is it not a good idea to put extra?
They're not interested.
They're just not interested in that.
In extra work. They're not interested in that you did extra work. They're interested in knowing that you worked.
Okay. Now, how often do you have to update your headshots?
I really don't know. but every 2 years seems like a safe route.
So it's not like modeling where you have to keep. Well, I would, dare I say, anytime you change your look,
Right.
you have to update your
Now,
pictures.
since you've known me, have I ever changed my look?
No.
Exactly. Why? Because Sharon
Because
Quinn
it works for
told,
you.
and because Sharon Quinn told me a very long time ago, keep it classic so that your photos can last you for a long time.
Did I say that?
Yes,
I
you
don't
did.
I don't remember saying
Yes,
that, but
you did.
that's
so
a- that's
I
a good
kept
rule of
it
thumb.
classic. I keep classic makeup. I keep classic clothing so that it does not, so that it does not change, so that it can transcend.
well, I mean, yes, because it's important that you look like the picture you're turning.
It
in.
is, and if you've got money to go and shoot all the time, that's great. But but I don't. So it's good to have classic looks that that can, and to maintain it, to maintain that weight, to maintain your size, so that those pictures stay true.
All right, so
And no crazy eyebrows. You hear me? No crazy eyebrows.
what is crazy?
Come
Crazy
on.
eyebrow?
You know what I'm talking about, Sharon. We
you-
see the crazy eyebrows that people draw in the pictures, and that's fine if you're doing editorial work.
Not
if
it-
you
but not as
want-
an actor.
Not as an actor, and not as a commercial model. As a commercial model, you have to have a very simple, classic look that goes,
Well,
that
dare
people
I say,
can identify.
you're gonna know something's wrong with your picture if you're not working. So you just keep submitting the
That's
picture
very
with the
true.
crazy eyebrows in, and you'll keep getting no calls. It's as simple as that. All right, so breakfast, check in, submit yourself. Now what? Throughout your day, and then you do this day in, day out. You do this every day.
Yeah, but you have to keep checking the site. Like, I'm still checking those sites at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm checking the site at 7 in case anything came in between 3 and 7.
So they update
Yes,
them.
people put in
frequent.
as they need it because it's a business, right? So the casting directors, as they get calls from different companies saying, I need this, then they put together what they're going to put together and you get it. Like, I can get a call from an agent saying, check your email. And it's like, it's 7:30. And I have an email saying, you have an audition tomorrow at 9 in the morning.
Wow. So what about Craigslist? Should you? Okay. I just thought I would throw that out there because people do that.
But then that guarantees that you're probably not going to get a paid job. But it's good for some things in the beginning when, like you said, when you're trying to build your resume, and and it's okay with you to not get paid. But once you become a professional, you have to choose what is going to be a freebie and why. This, like for instance, a student film that's
Glad you
from
mentioned that.
Columbia University or NYU Film School, two extremely, good schools for film. You don't mind doing a project for them, that's a
So
freebie.
it's pretty because you can almost guarantee it's going to be at least a quality product.
It's going to be a quality product, and also there's a chance that those students are going to go on and submit them to film festivals and things like that.
Really?
Absolutely.
Now, how do you know which student films are students who, or do they say that in the ad?
Well,
that they're from
sometimes it'll
NYU,
say,
they're
yes,
from Columbia?
it'll say NYU, Tisch, it'll say Columbia University, things like that. So those are the ones, and School of Visual Arts, also Long Island University, Brooklyn campus.
Okay, okay.
I've worked with all of those. Even Fairleigh Dickinson.
Jersey?
Yes.
I ain't going out to Jersey to do no
Yeah,
student
but
film, but okay.
those.
I know you wanted to touch on this, so I'm going to bring it up because I don't want to run out of time, and we haven't
Okay.
touched on it. Now, we know that you've had some great moments and
Yes.
some things tell me about the cutting room floor. I know you
the
want to talk
cutting room
about that,
floor,
so let's get right to
Sharon,
it.
Sharon, look, I'm just getting goose pimples just thinking about how bad it is. I was able to book a role on a TV show last summer called My Crazy Love.
Okay.
And when I went into the audition, I was so excited. I was able to do improv in Spanish and English.
Oh.
It was hilarious. They loved me. The next day, I got the call, you're their first pick. So then we get on the day, here's the day we are taping the show. I'm doing the scene similarly to the way that, that I did the audition. So it's this improv with, with my daughter, with the character of my daughter. And, we're having fun with it, we're talking, it's really getting in depth. And I'm thinking like, oh, this is gonna give me great footage, and it's gonna give me bilingual footage, and this is gonna be fantastic for me. And then I'm promoting it, and I'm telling everybody like, oh, 2 weeks until My Crazy Love, and, sending out the postcards like they tell you to do to, to the different casting directors, like, oh, I just did this show, and it's airing on such and such date. And, parents are excited, everybody's excited, we're all watching the TV together at the same time, but honey, what happened to your scene? Yeah.
How much have you made the final final cut?
A shot of me walking, and a shot of me like this.
Oh. Okay.
And a lot of shots of my feet, because the idea was that the guy was hiding underneath the couch, and his perspective of looking out was of my feet. And
did you have a party?
No, I did not have a party.
Because I had a party.
Oh.
Okay. Monique's Fat Chance.
Oh.
3rd season in Paris. 10 days. No, I'm sorry, not Paris, because I knew what I was getting in Paris. 2nd season, I had went from contestant to den mother. 10 days shooting in the mansion. We had nightly conversations. We had cameramen shooting all our conversations about how the day was, what our feelings was, and I'm just running these things. I just knew it was gonna be fabulous. Did the same thing, got home, sent out invitations, had a big old party. We popping bubbly. Baby, that show came on. I was like, ooh.
It's heartbreaking.
They had changed the whole format of the show. I was mortified.
Yes,
okay?
Because it's embarrassing.
Yes.
Because
my mother was looking at me.
Everybody's
My mother was looking at me. I was like,
I thought you said you were going to be on the show. I was.
And you know what I learned?
What?
It all comes down to the contract.
Okay.
You have to have a legal person read the contract.
Well, maybe in your case.
And yes, because I had my attorney read it, and the first thing he said was, well, you don't even seem like you even in this show. Did I listen to him? And I didn't let him tweak it so that I could be guaranteed the camera time, and that's what happened to me. Lesson learned, trust me.
Well, everything is about even if it's not TV, with modeling also, you have to look at the contract. There's been things that, even just the casting, what they send you, like, that you're gonna go on this casting on such and such date. And I look at it and I say, and sometimes I'll ask the agent, like, are you sure? This one says that the photographer has usage of all of the photos regardless of, of whether they get used or not. And this one doesn't pay that much money. So he's like, you're right, and a couple of other people have dropped out of it, but I'm presenting you with it. They're interested in seeing you. What do you want to do? I was like, I think I'll pass this time.
And imagine what happens if you don't read that. You don't know what usage means.
No.
You don't understand what any of that stuff means.
Yes.
And then your pictures are everywhere. You're not getting any money.
Perpetuity.
Yep. They're running forever. Perpetuity.
Yes.
Tell them, look into the camera too. Tell them what that means.
Perpetuity. It means it's forever. So like, oh, wow, look, this pays $10,000. Yeah, but $10,000 broken up forever for a lifetime, and it's also worldwide.
Yeah.
That means
you're getting $1. $1 a picture, that's what you're getting,
exactly.
Okay? Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
So you have to understand the contracts that are presented in front of you, and if you don't, take them to somebody, pay the money.
No, but the agent helps you through that too. And that
not
they
all
make
agents
sure.
Can, yeah, okay.
No, okay. Well,
right.
sometimes
not all
they
of
do.
them can decipher legalese.
Okay.
But get somebody
Well,
to go
I
over it with
definitely-
you
yes.
that understands
Absolutely.
before you sign.
Yeah, because
don't be like me and be so happy to sign because you're going to be on TV then you're not.
I try to do the math and see, is this going to be worth it? Because, like, let's say that Belvique ad, it's done. I'm finished with that ad. It's completed. The contract is finished. It was only for 2 years. It doesn't run anymore. If it's going to continue to run, now they have to pay me again.
Or they have to renegotiate what
yes,
the
they have
usage
to
is going to
renegotiate.
be.
And the reason why the renegotiate is important, and not just say, sure, I'll do it for, because they'll try to get you for less money, obviously, because you're not actually doing the physical work of modeling again. But the problem is, you're taking yourself out of the running to be on something else and getting a higher paycheck.
Oh, right, because you have to
right.
what's that called? What's the clause called? You can't work. It's a competition clause or non-compete.
Right, exactly. So you can't. Like for instance, that weight management knocked me out of any kind of diabetes ad, any kind of pharmaceutical. And then you could get a pharmaceutical casting that says that they're going to pay you, $10,000 for 2 years usage, and you're like, that's sweet. Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, and you will get sued to the 10th
right.
power
And
if you
at
try
the
to
same
do
time,
that.
if you take something that pays low and it knocks you out, you take, because print, sometimes you're good and sometimes you're not, and there's no union for print.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
Because we're almost out of time. We got like a minute and a half left. So I'd like to thank my guest, Miss Suzette Banzo, for sharing her industry knowledge with us today. Before I go, as always, I'd like to leave you with a few thoughts. Remember first that you can't change the game until you first learn the game. And in this case, please learn it. Always surround yourself with positive people and positive things. And lastly, do what you love and love what you do. Thanks for watching Model Behavior, and I'll see you guys next week. Class is dismissed. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.